Hey, what's up, man? There it is, Jamaica Jerk Restaurant. And this is Riddlouche, Mr. Live on location here. I wish I had one of those little sticks or whatever. But yeah, man, I was eating my greens, you know, and I'm waiting on the Uber driver to show up. And while I'm waiting on this, yeah, man, wanted to do this quick little video on my thoughts. I'm here in Chicagoland, and this Jamaica Jerk restaurant is on Dempster Street, just west of the Skokie Yellow Line train station, right by the park. Over there is a park. I think it's called Skokie Park, I think. But, yeah, man, I think that I was thinking about it, and I think as far as all the violence in Chicago amongst the black community, because, you know, I am half black, so I feel a need to try and think of solutions for all the violence here in Chicago and the black community. And one of the solutions that I can think of is this right here, man. Getting your grub on, you know? Instead of us going to African Americans, instead of us going to eat at McDonald's and Wendy's, take 1 or 2 days out of your week to Google black-owned restaurants or African American restaurant or soul food restaurant or Caribbean food restaurant on your Google map. See where it's at, and if it's one close to you, go eat there. Even if you just get a side dish, like a side of macaroni and cheese, or a side of green beans, or a side of whatever. Even if you just get a side, get that, because every dollar counts, and that adds up. And if hundreds of people do that, well, then we'll have thriving black businesses. And when these black businesses, black restaurants, and other black businesses, when they continue to exist, then the more that, you know, young brothers and sisters who may be struggling in their neighborhood, if they couldn't get a job at Target or Walmart or wherever they applied, they could go on to a black-owned restaurant or a black-owned business and say, hey, you know, I need a summer job, or I need a job for this particular time, you know. And then they can also, you know, I know it, like inside the Jamaican restaurant I went to here, Jamaica Jerk, you know, they had pictures of Jamaica and stuff like that, and you can be intrigued to learn, you know, some of the history and learn some of the African history, you know, which is a lot of the things we don't learn in traditional school systems. So, long story short, that's why I think that's one of the solutions, and I think the more knowledge of self that young African Americans have, then the less likely that you'll have that same young person out here, you know, committing crimes and killing each other, because they'll have more knowledge of self, and they'll have more knowledge of the black business dollar turning over in the black community, which will make you in turn more prone to want to be on the straight and narrow, so you can grow up to be a business owner one day, you know? It lets you see the total picture more, you know? So, no disrespect to any other race restaurant. I eat at a lot of restaurants from a lot of different races. I eat at Mexican restaurants, I eat at Italian restaurants, and the Jamaican restaurants and African American restaurants are open to everyone. But I'm just saying that this is part of the solution that I can think of as far as the violence in Chicago. So that's my 2 cents. Everybody says, hey, let's come up with solutions. So that's what I think the solution would be for some of the violence in Chicago. And thank you, Chicago, for letting me be a visitor in your city. Salute to you. And it's a great city. I think it has a lot of great things, and some things, of course, like every city, needs some work on. So that's all I have to say for today, man. Riddlouche, Mr. Live on location. And that greens was good, man. I don't eat pork. It had some pork in it, but it was still good. So it's all good, man. And with that, it's like Monday. What is it? Thursday, August 30th. Memorial or Labor Day weekend is coming up. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Be safe. Be safe, Chicago. Keep the peace. Put the guns down. Pick the gloves up. Settle it in the boxing ring, man. Squabble it out. Put the boxing gloves on and squabble it out, man. Don't shoot it out. Okay? Preserve life. Love your life. Live your life. Riddlouche, Mr. Live on location. And with that said, much love, Chicago land. And I'm out.